Hi guys, it's Stacy and I'm here with Saturday Morning Makes. I've got 3 cards for you today. First card has this cute little gnome. It's from Trinity Stamps. It's called Made with Love. Not sure if they still sell this one. It's from 2020. And I used this In Love Art Shop oval die frame with hearts. I believe it's from In Love Art Shop. It's called Hollow Heart Frame. That's what it's labeled. I got it from Crafty Bean from Tina, from some dies I bought from her. So, and I also used glossy accents on that card. And I did with them. I used, to find them. I used Trinity Stamps Embellishments. I used unicorn tears, but these are fairy rocks. They're very similar. You can hardly tell them apart. I think one's more bluish than pinkish in the iridescence. I must have misplaced them. This is the second time I've had to do this video. So here's my card. What I did was, I couldn't tell you, I used this light bluish teal color pattern paper with the stitching because I thought it went well with the knitting. I don't know what paper pad it came from. It's really, really old and it was by itself. The pink, I used a Stampin' Up! Ink pad and I just swiped it on the back to get that wood grain look, and then I used the parts of the hearts that fell out from cutting that, and then I stamped her and the dog on a sheet of paper by itself and colored it in, and then fussy cut around it and glued it, and then I had to tape and pop this up with foam tape from the back. So there's my first card. It's hard to see. So hopefully that's in frame. Oh, there we go. And then my second card uses this wreath and bow. I don't know where it's from. This was in that lot I bought from Tina, Crafty Bean. She might know. I don't know. This one wasn't labeled because it's got swans on the other side. I just stuck this in here. I think it was in a plastic, like cellophane, so I put it in here. So I used that. I used some Wow embossing powder, metallic gold rich. It's a super fine. I used some red gems that I had from Michael's. They were probably a decade old, in some foil paper that I got from Amazon. I'll link it below, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's origami. It's very thin. It's made for origami, and I had to back it on back of cardstock and then die cut it. So, and then you have to hope that your glue doesn't show through. So, and this stamp here, this Merry Christmas that's heat embossed, it was in my mother-in-law's things, and it was cut out of another stamp set, so I don't know what it's from, but any die or any stamp would work. Any wreath set would work, any gemstones. And then I just took the embossing ink and ran it along the edges, and then knocked back at some, you know, to make it look uneven or torn, and then heat embossed that. So that's card number 2. And then for card number 3, I used this Greeting Farm for his friends. I used the deer from it. They are red rubber stamps, and they're quite a bit larger than the image. So I used this. I used these Tim Holtz Woodlands trees again. I really like those. I used these Lawn Fawn stitched border dies. These other ones are from Hero Arts, from a kit that I got years ago, and I just think they go well together. So I used the largest Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle die, and I think I used the third from the largest Waffle Flower A2 layering dies, and I made a frame, so I will show you that. Let me move this stuff out of the way. And I also use glossy accents and Stickles Diamond. And I actually made 2. Oh, I used just a bunch of different snowflakes from different stamp sets I had to make the background. And then what I did was I just ink blended with like 3 different colors in the background, and then I stamped it with those colors too and just alternated them and then layered them so they got a layered look, and that's how I got that. My husband thinks that it looks like the what are the lights in Alaska and the Arctic? The Aurora Borealis lights, that's what he thinks, the northern lights. So those were, I used those Tim Holtz trees again. And this time I left them hollow. I took the insides out and then put the stickles just on the edges. And then I used, that's where the hillside border dies are. And then there's the large Lawn Fawn rectangle die, and then the those layering dies from Waffle flowers so I could create a frame. And so I popped that up on foam tape and did those. And then with the deer I colored it with Copics, and then I used a white gel pen to highlight this stripe on its back, and then I drew in those little dots, and then I used glossy accent on the eyes, the nose, and its feet. And so I created 2. I created 2 backgrounds because I was experimenting. So I figured, well, I've already got it out. I've planned out the card. Why not make 2? I think I'm going to start trying that from now on so that it takes less time. As you guys know, a lot of time, it just planning everything out takes forever. So those are my cards for Saturday morning makes. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. And thanks for watching. Bye.